always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
King Island's foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
What's on your mind, K-Man? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. K-Man, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up, we hear about the work of Island House, keeping young people on the right track. Later, we meet Miss Teen Universe Cayman, and we'll have some open line so you can let us know what's on your mind, Cayman. Talk Today's next, right here on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Thank you for checking in with us. And we have a studio full of young people this afternoon. They had a tour of the Radio Cayman home, the Loxley Banks Broadcasting Center, and they're attending the Island House Summer Camp where they're learning a variety of life-enhancing skills and attitudes. And we're going to hear more about that now from Dr. Gale, just simply Dr. Gale, and also Pastor Dalman Bodden, and from two of the students, all about the work of Island House. Good afternoon. I didn't get the two young men's names there. Who do we have down here at the end?
My name is Gabriel Matthews.
My name is Dante Gomez.
All right. Thank you for being here. Well, Dr. Gale, let me start with you. Tell us about Island House. What's this all about?
This has been come along as a plan for quite a while. My husband and I recognized that there are needs of the youth in Cayman, and we felt compelled to put together the Island House, and we work with the youth that are the 11 to 17-year-olds, and we developed the program and run a program that teaches leadership skills, numeracy, civic responsibility, become a Class A citizen, all of those different aspects. So it's we have the schools that refer the people in, and
it's quite a spectrum.
Yes. Yeah.
You try and cover as many bases as you can. Then.
We do.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So this is a private organization. It's not a. Is it an NPO or?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is a nonprofit. The name of the nonprofit is the Island House. Yes.
Okay. So you said you cover the ages. What, 17?
11
to 17.
Yes.
Okay. Any specific demographic or group of young people that you are aiming at, other than the age group?
We ask the schools, so Clifton Hunter and John Gray, so we're working with the Caymanian youth, and we ask the school to refer the students that they feel are struggling. Now, whatever that definition of struggling is, it could be shyness, it could be any number of things. We don't know what that is. Just when the young people arrive, we work with them, and they develop. It's lovely to see.
Pastor Dalman, tell us a little bit about your work with Island House.
Well, my work with Island House goes beyond a few different things, and I'm saying beyond without even starting on the point. My giftings are in mentorship and music, along with other things. And so I've been working with the students alongside Dr. Gill in that capacity with music, production, and with mentorship, just having conversations and encouraging points with the students to lead them to think of themselves on a higher level. And so when it comes down to the continuing work with the Island House and what Dr. Gale just said with regards to the students and, I put quotation in the air, struggles, again, that varies, right? Because it doesn't have to be financial struggle. It doesn't have to be learning struggles. It doesn't have to be any struggle from anything you could think of. It could be all of them, or it could just be one. But what we intend to do, or what I intend to do with my role, is to work with these students on any level that they do come in, to encourage, to equip, to challenge, and to point them in a direction that they might not have been looking into, especially because they've not had those persons behind them encouraging, pushing, and giving them the resources and the tools. And I do believe that that's where Island House come in, and what Dr. Gale and the staff there are doing, the volunteers there are doing with regards to helping students to see their potential and to not just talk about it or show it, but to encourage them to take advantage of those potentials.
How long have you been doing this?
The nonprofit started in 2021. Our first cohort of students that went through was 2024. We had 24 students. Last year we had 45 students. This summer we have the registration list is being still built.
Sounds like the word is spreading, though. I mean, that's a pretty good expansion.
The parents are generally very pleased with the relationships that they have ongoing with their young people, that they seem to be making decisions that are leading them in better places in life. And, yeah.
Now, Dalman, I saw a video of you conducting, what was it, a production, music production.
Yep, music production camp.
Was that from last year?
That was this year, Easter.
Yeah, Easter.
Yeah, Easter this year. We had around 17 or so students, including some of the interns, which would have been some of the students that were at the camp previously. So we were tasked with just basically from scratch writing, producing the music, the lyrics, and everything, and coming away with a product. So we have an album, and Lord's willing, as we move forward, we'll be able to share some of that with you guys.
So you actually produced a full-length album.
Yeah. For songs with lyrics and singers and rappers and stuff, and about 4 instrumental pieces.
So, I mean, you turned the thing into like a production company?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so to speak. So basically, we wanted to challenge the students that week to come away with the various areas that they could serve in or grow in or probably have a career in. So from your production engineer, your artist, to your graphic design artist, and everywhere in between. And so we had all of that there, and it was beautiful. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, besides the actual production of the album, what else did you see, especially among the students who participated? What did you see in them at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, we saw a tremendous spark, passion, tenacity just explode from a bunch of students that initially, when you just saw them, they were like a little bit indifferent towards one another and not necessarily, willing and ready to do the things. But then when they got together and they started to just put their heads together and click with regards to writing music and designing the cover and making the beats and all these different things, it was just a beautiful thing to see them come together and watch them work and see something flourish from all of it. It was grand.
So what is happening this summer now?
We have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have the 15 to 17-year-olds attending a camp. The focus is leadership, communication skills, financial literacy. They will put together a project that will be made available to the public. So the theme that's walking alongside of this project this summer is food resilience. So we will be asking of the public who would like to have the youth come and deliver a growing frame that they put together into their backyard, including the plants. And they need to come back and see how that's happening. So we have those invitations going out to the public, and that's their innovative job. So they will, by the end of the summer, have discovered that they will have actually run a business, because that's what's required to pull that off.
So you're going to just sell these things? What's
No.
the grow box? Or?
No, this is a charity.
Okay.
They are given to the people. So we're looking for people who are elderly, disabled, disadvantaged in some fashion, and their interest is in food resilience of some kind. So this is our delivery team, builders. So they will need to go out and do a site evaluation and decide what needs to be put in and where. They know what the frames are, and they'll be delivering them and then checking up on their clients to see how the plants are faring. And that is, we help people build relationships.
Okay, we're going to take a break, but we'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
For 50 years, Radio Cayman has been the heartbeat of our islands, informing, connecting, and giving Cayman a voice. From breaking news to community stories, the journey continues. Radio Cayman, 50 years of excellence and still going strong.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And we are hearing about the work of Island House and two young men who are attending Island House for their summer session are Gabriel Matthews and Dante Gomez, and they are here in the studio with me. Tell me, what have you been learning so far in being part of this camp?
Mostly like just patience with other people like that aren't like you, and she's taught us to fit in to people around you and like become more comfortable in talking and expressing yourself, and making more people comfortable with talking to you as well. So like if it's a case where it's like a group of people and you see there's 4 kids and there's 1 kid sitting out, you would go make yourself more comfortable with them and make them engage with each other so that they don't feel as left out.
To bring them into the conversation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Dante, how about you?
Well, Island House is a place of possibilities and opportunities, so we want to make sure everybody gets to grab the best experience of coming. So if someone's left out, we go ahead and make them come with us and get more comfortable so they can enjoy their experience, learn different stuff like math, communication skills. It's everything that we have to grab there.
So tell us about the project that you're working on. Either of you. What she was talking about? You're not part of that particular project?
Well, they're returning interns. So.
Oh, okay. They're interns. Okay. Yeah. So what do you do as far as being an intern?
Well, as I said earlier, So our job is to like assist with anyone that needs help. So we're not adults. We're just like we're the one that's in the background. So that if she's having any problems with talking or getting their attention, we're supposed to assist with getting their attention and making sure they're paying attention or aren't misbehaving or anything like that. We assist with making sure that people are going the right way, aren't going anywhere they're not supposed to be, showing them like bathrooms and stuff like that so they can get more familiar with the place.
So did you go through Island House previously, though, to being an intern?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I first joined in 2024 when they introduced me to it. 2025, sorry. I never came to the first year because I had other stuff doing as well. So, but when I came last year, it was an experience. I learned a lot, and it made me come back. And I just feel like it's a place that you should come if you want to feel welcome and feel like it's a place where you can learn.
Mm-hmm. What made you come back? What when you went there and then you had a chance to reflect on it, what made you say, I want to go back there?
More so the experience. It made me actually get out of the house. I can wake up early on days I'm supposed to sleep in. And just like get to do activities on a daily basis.
And Dante, you were also part of Island House before you became an intern.
Yeah, in 2024.
Yeah, tell us about your experience. The first time there.
Well, when we first came, I didn't really know what to expect. But I came and saw a lot of new faces. And at first, everybody was like sectioned off in their own friend groups. But like coming towards the end or the middle, we all started to get to know each other more, participate in activities, and we just grew friendships.
But did you also grow academically or skill-wise?
Yeah, I got better in math. Because they would have math prep on Sundays. We would come down, we would learn. And math wasn't really like my strong suit, so I didn't really want to come, but they were always on me about it. So I came and I got better at it.
Mm-hmm. And Gabriel, what about you? What kind of strengths did you pick up in going through there?
I had the same situation with math where I wasn't as good. So he told me about the math prep, and I came a few days. It was only for like, I think a few weeks before exams. So I came down and I was there, and he helped us in the areas that we weren't so strong in.
And so how did the maths work out for you in school?
Well, I went and did the exam, and I feel pretty confident that I can.
Okay. Well, we feel confident about it. That's a good sign.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And the same for you, Dante?
Yes, sir. Feel like I got a 3 with my SBA too.
All right. Well, good work.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, you try not to have a narrow focus like I know a lot of summer camps. They focus on sport or art or something. But you really try and approach everything in a rounded sense, in a holistic sense.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah. Well, tell us about the daily activity that the students go through there.
On a Tuesday and a Thursday, if you are the age of 11 to 14, the first half of the day is spent in a numeracy camp. So we interview the students at the beginning and find out what they can and cannot do, and then we work to find out how do we teach them that. But we try to make it as much fun as possible, which is where these guys come in, because their job is to be the room assistants to the teacher and to make it fun. So their job is to find the fun ways to teach. How can I make fractions into a game? How can I bring that into into that group and turn that into an experiential learning session? Because if the kids have had a number of years learning in a very rote school sense, if they haven't figured it out, maybe something different would work a little bit better. And in the afternoon, they have a communication training with a Toastmasters person, and that is the skill set of eye contact, introduction, and speaking, and all of those different aspects.
So they actually get public speaking experience.
Absolutely. Yes. So we have some, if people come in and they are shy, Usually by the end of the summer, that's not the case. And as they all know, summer camp never ends. So we have continued work that we do with the youth. So it depends on their level of interest. Last year, at the end of last summer camp, we had 7 of them said that they wanted to learn about investing. So we had somebody donate 7 laptops, and they learned how to trade stocks. So we have a number of we will follow the young person to find out what their interest is, and that's where we work with them.
So you try to satisfy that interest.
Absolutely. They need to find who they are, what career they're going to have, what their interest is, and how they're going to live their lives. And that's
you mentioned financial literacy.
Yes.
How big a part of the program is that? Because I know that is an important thing. I mean, a lot of young people come out of school and they really don't understand even how to open a bank account or anything.
We try to see that the lion's share of them have a bank account open within the time frame that's there. We start from recognizing how you save. You can't do that unless you know how to budget. So we have them talk through how would you do that. They're not going to understand how to do that if they don't understand what are they likely to do. If they have $1, does it melt in a few moments, or can they actually put some of it aside? Like what habits do they have? So we talk about habits, and then that can work into the fact if you can save, then you have something to invest. And if you're going to invest, how would you do that? What capacity? Where would that be? And so we have the 6 weeks starting. Actually, this is our first week in there. We've got 6 weeks. We have a person who comes in. So we have professionals come in from the industry to work with the people, with the students, and they have an outline and they work through it. So Friday mornings is financial literacy.
And they'll have approximately about hour and 45 minutes to 2 hour and 30 minutes with a brilliant young man, and I'm going to call his name, Jordan Seymour, who will be coming out and working with the students for financial literacy. And I think that's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a great thing for young people to be able to understand, and making priorities in their spending and saving, especially the saving part.
Yeah, yeah. Only thing I wish is that it was like live streamed, and then lots of other kids can actually benefit, and some adults too could benefit from something like this. But
so Dalman, I know music is a big thing with you. Is music also part of this summer program?
Yes. So we'll be running for the few weeks music production as well. So we'll be talking about music production from the inception all the way to the end. And so the hope is that by the end of it all, a young individual will be able to produce their own music from scratch.
So is it going to be as extensive as what I saw in that video? Or this?
Yeah, more. Yeah, that was a camp, and we basically focused on them just diving in, enjoying, creating. Some of this is going to be a little bit boring, but it's from the nitty grits, and those who fear through and persevere and come out to the end will have something significant.
So you get into all phases of
every single
like engineering.
Yeah, every single part of it.
So everybody can kind of like find a little groove there to fit into.
A to Z.
Yeah.
So is it too late for people to join this, as far as a student joining the camp?
I think we're coming to the close of what we're having in the people that we are accepting in this year, but each half term we have something that happens, and the October will be a heritage one, culture and heritage. So we don't stop.
So well, you have a new intake like every quarter or so, or is
our main intake starts in the summer. We work with these people through the year. So as I said, the school refers them. So we ask of the school who would they like to refer, and And they're very pleased with the results because out of that have come some deputy head girls and some interesting key club vice presidents, like just a number of them who have moved from, I won't say lost, but not found themselves either, and moved into becoming quite responsible people who are interested in getting involved. And I think that's what the school really appreciates, that the youth are moving from being
from notorious to something.
Yes.
So I mean, you really focus on life skills.
Yes.
I mean, it's having a rounded life.
They will have 31 hours of life skills by the end of that camp. Yes.
So, how are you sponsored?
We are asking for sponsorship. We have a website, theislandhouse.org, and we should soon have our e-commerce ability. We are looking for sponsors, absolutely. We do, yes, we have a sponsorship need at this point. So just, yes.
Well, tell us a little bit about that, as for how people can help.
We have an email address called office@theislandhouse.org. And if somebody would like to help in sponsorship, yes, please, reach out, contact us through that, and we will open a discussion. As I said, our website, we should have an e-commerce site very soon. There is a means of communicating with us through that, indicating that, yes, they'd like to get involved, they'd like to be volunteer, they'd like to potentially lead a session. So this is, we have the brilliant minds of today building the people of the future.
Well, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Time to take another little break here, but stay with us. We'll be right back.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're hearing about the work of Island House with young people. And we do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello, you're on the air with the Talk Today.
Yeah, good afternoon, Charlo.
Good afternoon. You have a question for our panel?
Yeah, good afternoon to you guests too.
Are you all
I have a
hearing it?
question.
No, we're not.
No.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Okay. Just hold on 1 second for me. We got to check some technical.
Oh, yeah, I can hear now.
There we go.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, concerning the program that you all have, sounds to be a very good program for young people. I was I wanted to ask if you all would be allowed to invite children from the girls' home and the boys' home into this program.
Yes, we do. We have the referrals that are made from the high schools, John Gray, Clifton Hunter, the homeschools, and family services. So each year they have sent youth in.
Okay, so you all do have children from the girls' home and the boys' home in the program then?
Whoever they refer, yes.
Okay. That's very good, Mom, because it's good that these children are able to get involved with these types of things and be able to get out and be amongst people such as yourselves and not just being at the place where they stay during the summer. So it's good to know that, and I'm sure that these young people are really enjoying this, and the two young men there, I hope they learn what they need to learn and continue to encourage other young people to join in. And this is something that can help a lot of our young people to move forward in life and make the right decisions, so that they're not living with any regrets.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for the call. And we've been joined by two more young people, Zayden and Jamie. Now, are you also interns?
No, sir.
Okay, so now I got the students. So, is the summer program your first experience, or you have been there before?
In terms of music or the camp itself?
Well, the camp itself.
The camp, yes.
And Jamie, how about you?
Also my first time.
So, you've only been there for, you said a week now that you've been going on? What kind of impressions do you have of, the camp?
That 1 week was the best 1 week of my life.
Really?
Yeah, that was the music camp.
Very enthusiastically. So tell us a little bit about what you've gained in the 1 week you've been there.
Well, first of all, I gained a lot of friends. I gained more knowledge as to how recording and producing music works. And I gained confidence in myself and in trusting others to complete their jobs.
Zayden, how about you?
I enjoyed it because of the fact that I got to use the skills I already have to teach other people as well that weren't necessarily so informed. For example, Jamie and the rest that were there.
Mm-hmm. So both of you have your eye on music as far as careers?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What would you like to do in music?
Honestly, instead of limiting myself to one thing, I would say probably as much as I can do. For example, I produce instrumentals. I'm an artist myself. I am an engineer. All of those can do big in different parts of the music industry.
Mm-hmm. Jamie, what would you like to do?
If I had to narrow it down, I would either want to be a musical artist or I want to be an actress specializing in musical theater.
New York bound, or London. So this is a big part of this program, because I know your love for music. What have you seen come out of as far as talent that you've discovered?
Bruh. First of all, when it comes down to Grand Cayman, I just want to say there's a load of sleeping on the talent in Grand Cayman. And I know a lot of the young people know what I'm saying by sleeping on, because Cayman is talented. And just in the, 16, 17 students that were there, pretty much every single one of them were talented in their own right with regards to music. phenomenal singer here. There's some more out there. Phenomenal, amazing producer right here. And one of the things I love about him is how some people would put it in the medical world, his bedside manner, right? He is very easy to speak with. He has a great personality that is just welcoming, that is not akin to a lot of producers and musicians out there. They have a chip on their shoulder to a certain extent, but he is willing to work with and to serve, and I found that brilliant. So that's a talent in itself. But as far as the talent that were there was just so much talent, and I was pleased with what I saw.
Sounds great. Now you also work with parents, not just the youngsters, right? Parenting is a big part of this.
For sure.
Yes. This summer we will have 3 weeks, 5 days, or 4 days rather, per week, 3 weeks, where we're flying in a person who has a specialty in working with families and family relationships. So he will work with the youth for that 3.5 weeks, and we will have parent-facing sessions. So one in Georgetown, one at West Bay, one in Boddentown. We will cover the country, and we will invite people to have a meal and to spend time and have a 2-hour conference to follow. So yes, family relationships, they are really important.
And you do sort of one-on-ones also? I mean, counseling for or
those scenarios, no, that is for a group.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I see that you want to expand your mentorship partnerships. When you say a partnership, what do you mean by that?
Mentorship partnerships, we have many that are ongoing. So we have everything from people who are bringing in a talent that they have, and that is what lights up one of the for example, the music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Dolman has been brilliant in having that. We have a couple of the bankers that have done the investing portion. We have had a fellow by the name of John who did a feasibility study workshop that ran for pretty much of the year, and the youth would come in on an interest base. And funny about that, at the end of that, we didn't know that the government was going to have the Shark Tank.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes. I can't remember the exact name though.
That's right. Yeah. So two of the students that were in his class took third place. So this was across the country, 52 entries, and they took third place. And they are the ones that came up with the idea of redoing the bus shelters.
Mm.
So that's still a work in process. And they are learning a lot.
if someone feels like they have something to offer in that regard, they can just contact you and offer their help?
Absolutely. Yes. So if it is for example, a cabinet maker, we have a part of the facility that is set to be able to work like a lending library, but not. So setting up those meeting place for a person who has that skill set and putting them in contact with 2, 3, 4 Caymanian youth. And we look for the ones that are destined to stay, because that training, that learning is what we want to have locally. So they will learn that trade from that person. We have had, so that's that fashion. Partnerships, yes. Financial literacy is a large field. So we have had a few groups approach where we have had some conversation on doing a longer style partnership. We're interested in the young people finding their passion. We call it passion monetized. Find out what would make them love to get up in the morning, go to work, really enjoy what they're doing, instead of doing a job where it's just paying the bills. So it's helping them walk through that, find that. So
you help young people to discover themselves.
Absolutely, yes.
So how can someone contact you? The same email? Well, tell us again how sponsors, people who want to help you financially, or with the mentorship, how do they contact you?
The website, www.theislandhouse.org. They can fill in a contact us sheet, and that can be the starting point. We should hopefully have our e-commerce up and running. In that case, yes, we will have it arranged so that doing sponsorship, whether it's a smaller amount or a larger amount, that can happen.
Where is Island House?
Savannah.
Okay, all right. Centrally located.
Yes, it's up there. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and once again, the program is not just summer; it continues throughout the year.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dr. Gale and Pastor Dalman, and also Zayden and Jamie, thank you all for joining me this afternoon to let us know about the good work that's happening at Island House.
Thanks for having us, man.
It's coming up on 1 o'clock, so let's check in with the newsroom.
Covering Little Cayman, Kim and Bragg. Cover me.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Police say a man and a woman were arrested on suspicion of drug offenses after officers searched a home on Lorette Road in Northside. In a statement today, the RCIPS and Customs and Border Control said they recovered suspected ganja, cocaine, and cash, and later found more suspected ganja and an unlicensed firearm during further searches. In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump says last month's interim deal with Iran is over and is signaling more U.S. military strikes. Speaking at a NATO summit in Turkey today, Trump called Iran's leaders, quote, scum and, quote, dishonorable, and said Tehran would never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. He also warned the conflict would continue until, in his words, we finish the job. In other news, a high-rise building under construction has been evacuated in New York after two support columns began buckling and bricks started falling yesterday morning. In a press conference today, Mayor Zoran Mamdani said the building remains structurally unstable and surrounding buildings were also cleared as a precaution. Video from inside shows one of the beams visibly buckling. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Your Cayman Islands Health Services Authority has been the national healthcare provider of the Cayman Islands for many generations. We have elevated our level of care to ensure you, our patients, have the best possible experience. We offer better access to care close to home with the most locations on all 3 islands, delivering a full range of primary, secondary, tertiary, and emergency care. HSA is a JCI accredited organization, and we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
In 1965, Cayman Brac Airways, a subsidiary of Alaska Airlines, was operating twice weekly round-trip service flown with a Beech Model 18 twin-prop aircraft on a routing of Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Montego Bay. According to the airline's 1st of May 1965 timetable, connecting service to Miami via Grand Cayman was offered by Alaska, an airline based in Costa Rica, while additional Cayman Brac Airways connecting service to Miami, as well as to New York City, was offered by Pan Am via Montego Bay. In 1968, the government of the Cayman Islands purchased a controlling interest in Cayman Brac Airways from Alaska and then formed Cayman Airways.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
The countdown is on. Join us on Saturday, 11th July, 7 p.m. at the historic Pedro St. James for an unforgettable evening under the theme Starlit Shores. Watch 6 outstanding young Caymanian women take the stage as they compete for the prestigious title of Miss Universe Cayman Islands 2026. Experience an evening filled with elegance, confidence, culture, entertainment, and inspiration. Tickets are available now on Ticket Plus and at Funky Monkey. Join us as we enter a new era.
Diamond shining in the tide.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and taking a look at the weather here. The afternoon forecast is calling for some isolated showers. Yeah, it was looking rainy when I came in. Current temperature here in Georgetown, it is 89 degrees, feels like 109, and the winds out of the east-northeast at about 12.5 knots with a relative humidity of 79%. And the forecast for this evening, mostly clear skies with a 20% chance of showers, mainly for the Sister Islands. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s, winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots, and seas running at about 3 to 5 feet. Sunset at 7:06, and the outlook is for a series of tropical waves to drift across the Western Caribbean on Thursday and Friday. These waves will maintain the chance of a few showers at times, with scattered showers expected on Friday. Winds and seas will also increase on Thursday, with a small craft advisory to be issued and expected to linger through the next few days. Furthermore, from late Friday night into early Saturday morning, a moderate to locally thick concentration of Saharan dust once again moves over the Western Caribbean, which will bring hazy and drier conditions. A dust alert is likely to be issued on Friday night. So for all those who are concerned about, that Saharan dust, you have some respiratory problems, be aware. So a dust alert is coming, most likely issued on Friday night there. And that's how things are looking weather-wise. And it's open line from here out. And we want to say congratulations to Caymanian Joshua Ogaro. He has turned a pro basketballer. He's taken his basketball skills to, a professional level now. he has signed up with the London Lions, and he'll be joining them for the 2026-27 season. And 24 years old, he's a guard, 6 foot 6 inches, so he's up there in the heights. So congratulations once again to Joshua Ogaro, sorry. Ogaro, got to get it. Coach, I'm sorry, Ogaro. Okay, so I was looking at a story here in the Compass. It was about people getting a home, and we know in Cayman, getting your foot in the door of your first home can be a struggle for many people, whether it's a condo or if it's a single family home. It can take a lot of hoops to jump through, and some people don't make it, and even when they think they've got it down, they run into another barrier that keeps them from gaining what just about everybody, if not everybody, wants in life, is to have that space that is yours, your sanctuary, that it's got your name on it, and that's your castle, right? And the story was actually about ideas to make home ownership easier. Government-backed mortgages, down payment and closing cost assistance, shared equity home ownership, lease to own, and a revised stamp duty structure. But what really caught my eye was a comment that was left, and he's saying that the main point was that all these ideas, while having merit, they really didn't address the report that we got just recently, saying that there was an actual housing shortage, right? That we were short like 3,000 homes right here in the immediate future, and we need to be building 5,000 more home-owned units in the next 15 years. That these ideas really weren't looking at that. And then the comment pointed out that even though we have housing authorities and so forth, they haven't done that great a job in providing new homes. The story was the same in Bermuda and here in Cayman, that the number of homes built just was not meeting the demand. And he ended it by saying, or she ended it, whichever, says drafting instructions for a housing act is not Singapore's HDB. So I wonder what is Singapore's HDB? And it was signed by yet another lawyer. We have quite a few of those around. So what is Singapore's HDB, right? And HDB stands for the Housing and Development Board. and it is Singapore's public housing authority responsible for planning, development, and managing the vast majority of residential housing across Singapore. Nearly 80%, that's a huge percentage of Singapore's resident population lives in an HDB flat. And this is how it works. The HDB flats are sold on a 99-year leasehold rather than freehold ownership. Singapore government owns the land, but the citizens and permanent residents can own, quote unquote, the flat for 99 years. Ownership, they are heavily subsidized by the government, making home ownership highly accessible for the average Singaporean. And they have options, right? They have the build to order, where brand new flats are built directly by the HDB. Buyers apply, and they do have to wait a few years for construction to finish, or resale of flats. Existing HDB flats are bought from previous owners on the secondary market, and they have a classification system. So I guess they have different prices. You have the standard flat, the traditional HDB model with standard subsidies and standard resale restrictions. Then there is the plus flat, located in choice areas, for example, near city centers or major transport hubs, that come with higher subsidies but tighter resale conditions. And then there are prime flats, located in the most central and premium locations, requiring stricter eligibility and a share of the resale profit to be returned to the government upon selling. I found some interesting ideas in there. And Singapore, in a way, there's a lot of similarities in Cayman, Singapore. It's a high-income, expensive place, multi-ethnic, and kind of the gem of its region, just like Cayman. But still, housing is, something that people need assistance with. And I was wondering whether, we could adopt some of these things, where you have these different flats, and again, to really be efficient about it. And we've talked about this a few times on Talk Today. The dream house is not going to be possible for everyone. I know that is the standard that people would want to adhere to. Everyone got their single-family house, and I guess you could do some of them a single-family house, as has been what the few that have been built. We keep to that model of a single-family house, and that's what most people aspire to. I mean, that's the Cayman image of having a home, is to have a house. I know people kind of say, no, you can't, build, apartment blocks and people going to apartment blocks. But it is a very efficient way of providing, good housing for significant numbers of people. And I thought that maybe a model like this that we see here in Singapore would be something that could work in Cayman. We don't have a lot of land space, so going up instead of building out, provides for, we're talking about, they say we need thousands of housing units immediately. 3,000. Well, you could provide good homes for people in a very efficient manner, and probably in a much shorter span of time by having a condo and having those provided for people in one of these kind of schemes that Singapore has, because trying to provide single-family homes for 3,000 people, first you need the land, and I guess that could be done. And the private sector moving into this, well, of course, anytime somebody's going to build a house as a business, they're looking for a profit, right? And that's why people go into business. Face it, no one goes into business to break even. And I think we can take a model like this from Singapore to provide truly affordable housing for those who are in need of it. We have a caller on the line, so let's take the phone call. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, good afternoon again, Chalo.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, well, concerning government helping people, pretty much in the same way that Singapore is doing. The government has 300 acres worth of land in East End,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what their plans are for that land. You can't just leave it there and don't do anything with it. And the land belongs to the people of the Cayman Islands too, the Caymanian people. That land isn't just for the government alone to do as they please with it. Does for the Caymanian people. So when it comes to land, the government doesn't really have to buy any land. 300 acres is a lot of land.
Yeah,
all the government
you can
needs
put quite
to
a
do.
few houses or apartment buildings on that, yeah.
Yes. And 3,000 people that need homes out of that 300 acres, I'm pretty sure they can find space for enough homes for those 3,000 people. All the government needs to do is to buy some of those rock crushing machines that what Beacon Farm has, and just crush the rocks in areas that need to be crushed in order to develop on the land. Then they don't have to buy any land. And the biggest mistake the government made in the past is not collecting those concessions. Because the government gave away over $1 billion worth of concessions with promises that weren't kept by those people that they gave away the concessions to. And that money could have been used to build the homes for these 3,000 people.
Do you think if they didn't give those concessions, the projects would have gone ahead anyway?
Of course. Of course they would have went ahead anyway. That CI dollar has a lot of value. So of course they would have continued with whatever they were planning on building and would have built it. That's why Dart calls Cayman his home. If the dollar in Cayman was valued what the dollar valued in Jamaica, Dart wouldn't be here.
But sometimes those projects like hotels and such, I mean, their revenue is in U.S., from tourists and so forth. They're getting their revenue in U.S. dollars.
But they would have still built if they weren't given any concessions. And the sad part about it is they never kept their promises.
Like, what are you talking about? What are you making reference to?
Well, part of the concession deal was 60% of the workforce were going to build the buildings. Caymanians.
But how can 60% of the people employed to build them would be Caymanians?
Yes, but how can the government provide 60%, or how can the Cayman Islands provide 60% of the workforce being Caymanians when the government doesn't have any trade schools?
Well,
that's another thing
also, almost every project like that, I mean, you're going to have to bring in work permits anyway. So I don't know where they get that kind of number from.
Yes, but if the government doesn't provide the trade schools in order to qualify the Caymanians to add up to 60%, then it's pretty much impossible to provide 60% of the workforce building the buildings to be Caymanians. But the thing is, they also, part of the deal was they would be hiring Caymanians, employing Caymanians to work at these businesses, these hotels. And we see and we know that before the hotels were even finished, the government approved work permits for these people to work there.
But I'm sure they had to go through the whole work permit process of showing some attempt to recruit Caymanians.
Yeah, but they did it. The government did it mostly for the money coming from the work permits. So doing it for the money, allowing people to get work permits for the money, is stopping you Caymanian from getting the job then. And then you already gave away hundreds of millions of dollars worth of concessions that they were supposed to pay, but you allowed them not to pay the concessions by signing this deal. And the deal was 60% Caymanians to build the places, and Caymanians would be working at these places. And neither one of those that were part of the deal was kept by these people. So I hope the government, when it comes to concessions now, as we speaking, I hope the government is collecting every 1 cent, because there's a lot of construction going on in Cayman now than ever before. There's hundreds of millions of dollars worth of concessions now that the government can collect right now as we speaking to build these homes for the Caymanians.
these 3,000 people that need homes. But let's see if the government's going to do that. Thank you.
All right, take care. Yeah, certainly is a lot of construction going on. A lot of apartment buildings and condos being built. Seems like throughout the Cayman Islands, down in West Bay, seems like a new apartment building is going up. Every week, every month, a new one's being built there. Now, I don't know if those types of constructions really, get the concessions, but yeah, I've heard a number of people have said that, well, because of the whole economic environment in Cayman, these people that would build hotels or condominiums along the beach, that they would be built anyway. They were just looking for a break in the import duty, and regardless whether they got the break or not, they were going to go ahead and build the project. Let's take a call here before we have to go to the break. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hi, Mr. Glidden. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
We're back to talking about housing again.
Yeah, I was just throwing out there how they do it in Singapore.
Okay. Yeah, we've had this discussion quite a few times, right?
Well, it's a big issue.
Yeah. I saw a listener made a comment there online, on YouTube. But my position is, with affordable housing for Caymanians, is that we don't have the geographical land space to accommodate every Caymanian homeowner with a home.
Yeah.
How Caymanians traditionally love homes, and I honestly don't believe that every single Caymanian who desires to be a homeowner, and I use the word homeowner, not referring to an actual house itself, but a home is different than a house. A home could be an apartment or a
Exactly.
condo or a townhouse, and so I'm referring to a homeowner. I don't believe that every Caymanian necessarily wants to own an actual house, because houses are hard to maintain, and and we're not only talking about the structure but the landscape, and I don't think every Caymanian wants to do that, but traditionally that is what Caymanians have always had. That's what we love and enjoy, and we love our yard, and but I don't think we have enough space for that, and I don't think everyone wants that. And I do believe a lot of Caymanian homeowners would be okay with having a townhouse or an apartment.
Yeah, you can have quite a nice condo or townhouse, like how you
Right.
say. It's
Right.
quite livable and comfortable.
Right, and they have a little, like a little overhang in the front, like a little porch if they want to put a few little plants or a little. And in the States, this is very, very common. I'm sure you know this. And they have a little patio on the back, and you have a little storage area right there where they can put their, whatever they want to do, and they can go a few stories with that and accommodate a lot of Caymanians to become homeowners, and especially younger Caymanians may not necessarily, especially if they're not wanting to start families early, But the one downfall with those things is HOAs, So if government builds them, well, that may be a
The
different
strata,
story,
the
but
strata fees you're
strata,
talking about.
Yes. I keep saying HOA, but yes, the
Yeah.
strata fees, which
Same thing,
which
kinda.
helps which helps maintain the properties and stuff. Now that's a huge consideration, but I don't necessarily think that every Caymanian wants a home or that
Well, I
government
think
should
what you're
focus
talking
on
about
that.
is the best way to provide housing,
Right,
and
yes,
do it quickly.
Right. Yes. Yes. That's absolutely, and use the best environmentally set up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the property that's available. And so I think townhomes are realistically considered, and apartments, like 2-3 story apartments for for young people, and they would be more affordable too, I believe, in the long run. But I didn't quite hear what you were saying about Singapore, but we really do need to do something. And I was looking at two apartments yesterday and today, and just for rentals actually, and I do that almost twice or 3 times a month sometimes, because I've been looking for quite some time. And also people will reach out to me and give me feedback and then send me pictures and that sort of thing, and have me follow up with some things. And it's really, really hard out there. I think affordability in the long term for Caymanians to own their own home is the best way to go. And the government have to look at I know they're doing that, but they really have to explore that. The whole fact is, I think they realize that we can't give every Caymanian an actual house,
For sure. Listen, I have to break in on you because I have to take a break. I'm over my break.
Okay.
Thanks for the call, though.
Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
It's here. Multi-year trade and business licenses are now available. You heard right. You can apply for TBLs up to 5 years. Save time, reduce paperwork, and focus on growing your business. Apply online at dci.gov.ky. Apply for your multi-year trade and business licenses today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And in this segment of Talk Today, we meet the new Miss Teen Universe Cayman, Isabella Medina. And also in the studio is the National Director for the Miss Teen Universe Cayman Islands organization, Ivana Martinez. Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Tell us about Miss Teen Universe Cayman, because this is a brand new pageant, right?
Yes, it is. So basically, as you mentioned, my name is Ivana Martinez, and I've been involved in pageantry for quite some years. I want to say I'm about to make almost 3 decades. Yeah. And I've been a participant myself, as well as I've been a director for another pageant. And so as my daughter got older, because I definitely try to keep her involved in the pageant systems, etc. But because I was a director here, I didn't allow her to compete locally. So she did a lot of international competitions. And as she got older, we didn't have a Miss Teen here for quite some years, and I wanted her to progress because, the ultimate goal is to put Cayman on the map and then go to the next big step, which is Miss Universe, etc. But I believe in people need to be trained properly and not just one day decide I want to be in a pageant and have no prior experience, etc. And so I did my research and I looked for a pageant which I felt still embodied the values that I carry dear to my heart, which is, social impact, community service, etc. And this pageant, Miss Teen Universe, is a pageant that encompasses those things. And so I reached out, I spoke with the director, the franchise holder internationally. They gave me the requirements. Isabella Medina met those requirements. And so she was assigned, crowned, and sashed at our event in, when was it? I think it was June. June at the Casanova restaurant is where we had that whole ceremony.
Yeah.
And now she's on her way to Cambodia to represent the Cayman Islands in October 2026.
Yes.
So did you choose to do it that way rather than having a pageant that is traditionally
Well-
because you were brand new?
That as well, but also we felt that I have been in pageants for such a long time. I've been training. This is what I've been doing my entire life. Like, it wasn't just, oh, we're going to choose this girl, and just because, like, we know her, she's my daughter, she's going to do it. No, I met the requirements. I've been actively involved in community service my entire life. I've met the requirements, so we assigned it for me. We're going to be doing a pageant after me, but we felt that I was a great candidate to be assigned because this is something that's just been, like, with me forever, and, like, I've met all the requirements, and I'm capable of being this assigned person. Like, if I was any different, I wouldn't be able to be this assigned candidate for Cayman Islands.
So what are some of the pageants that you've been in before?
So when I was little, like when I first did my first pageant when I was 2 years old, I did OLM for like 2 or 3 years, and then right after that, we went straight into International Girl, Cayman International Girl. So I did Cayman International Girl for about 10, 11 years. This is my last year doing International Girl, going into Miss Teen Universe. So I've done, and I've also done the agriculture show pageants. I've been Agriculture Queen 2022 and Agriculture Queen 2024. So I've always done pageants, but I've only done mainly one, which is International Girl, which has trained me for this particular moment, this pageant, what we've been waiting for.
So what were some of the attributes that you had to meet?
So some of them were making sure that her social impact, so like they have a social project category.
Yes.
So it's very much making sure what is your impact in the community,
Yes.
what do you plan to do, how do you service others.
That spoke right to my heart, actually, because we are actively involved in the community, and my mom always put me out there to do community service, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a big pageant that's also involved in that, because most people think that pageants is all about makeup and beauty and a big dress, but that's not what it's about, especially the values that we hold. It's about community service, and when you saw that they had that instantly drew us closer to it. And I've been doing community service also since I was a little girl. I've been working with NCVO, Feed Our Future, my favorite and dearest to my heart, Meals on Wheels, shout out to them. I also do beach cleanups and things like that. I've always been actively involved with the community fundraisers for all sorts of different charities, breast cancer, saving the mangroves, all sorts of things. Like, I loved that there was a community service component because I love to do community service. I'm actively involved in my community. I love to be a part of it. It's something I just love to do.
And actually, just drawing onto the community service aspect, she currently has over 400 hours of community service for school, and it wasn't because of a requirement. Like, for graduation, students only require 10 hours, and she has over 400, and it's something that she does on her own. You know, she actively seeks opportunities to go out and assist others. It's just something that we've grown up to do, you know. And I think, honestly, it's more of not just us, it's our community, you know. The Cayman Islands people love to help out and be involved in our community. It's just a part of who we are, you know. It's about being kind to others and helping others, and that's just one of the components of the pageants, as I was starting to mention. So that definitely clicked with me automatically. It's about making a difference to the younger generation as well, you know, how you go out and represent yourself with the youth. It's about an ambassadorship as well, and I'm very much about making Cayman being known and teaching others about our culture and our traditions. And so I felt that this was now another opportunity that we can go away. This is a competition that has over maybe like 50 different countries, so what better opportunity to make Cayman also be a part, you know, and represent us.
So this will be the biggest pageant that you've been in?
Yes, it really will be. But I think I'm ready, and I'm hoping to make Cayman proud. It is the biggest pageant, something different, something new, something I've never done before, but I'm ready to accept this challenge.
So what's the relationship between Miss Universe and Miss Teen Universe? Is there a relationship there?
So not necessarily a relationship, but however, this year, recently, right now in 2026, the Miss America Teen Pageant will also be going to Miss Teen Universe to represent internationally, where before Miss Teen America never did that before. This is their first time actually having an international component where the winner then goes overseas and compete, and they're actually going to Miss Teen Universe to compete. So in terms of an association or a link, I think that's as close as it can be. And I only say that because Miss Universe is the persons that host or hold Miss America, Miss Teen America. So that's the only close association.
So
but
this is not like
real
a junior version of Miss Universe.
No,
it's a complete different
absolutely not. It's Miss Teen Universe, Cayman Islands on its own, or Miss Teen Universe, for whatever country it's at. But it is a platform and a stepping stone for those ladies who want to prepare to
for
then
the bigger
move on
pageants
to Miss Universe, be it Cayman Islands, be it Bahamas, Jamaica, Miss USA, etc.
So it's like a stepping stone towards that.
And you have big plans for the future?
Oh, absolutely. We're already starting. We have a committee that was also named at the session ceremony. Yes. We introduced the committee members, and we were already planning, getting ready, starting partnerships. So this year for Isabella Medina, we had the Honorable Rolson Anglin, who sponsored this trip to Cambodia, as well as the Honorable Mr. Isaac Rankin, who also is sponsoring to assist in making sure that she has all the requirements, in terms of her cultural wear, that's a big component as well. So we're excited to use all the components of the Cayman Islands flag, the thatch rope, etc., to be able to present Cayman Islands in a good light on stage. But we definitely have plans to make the pageant happen next year. We will start
an actual competition, not just a signing. So it's going to be.
So as of January, we will start to send out flyers, etc. So I invite everyone to look us up on Instagram, Facebook. We're going to be out and about, and it is Miss Teen Universe Cayman Islands. You can look us up on Instagram, and we'll be posting information there. I also invite the public to go on and like the page, follow the Miss Teen Universe. To help support Isabella Medina on this journey. Again, it's for the Cayman Islands. It's a great supporting cause. So please go on and like and support, etc.
We have to take a little break here. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco. Keeping Cayman covered.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Hi, this is Gary King from Totally 80s. My special guest this week is Shaka Khan. Shaka Shaka reveals who encouraged her into the music biz. I'll also bring you the latest news on the biggest stars of the decade.
This is totally 80s.
Heard on Saturdays from 2 until 4 p.m. on Breeze 105.3 and 91.9. And brought to you with the kind compliments of KFC.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and I'm talking with Miss Teen Universe Cayman, Isabella Medina, and also the National Director for the Miss Teen Universe Cayman Islands organization, Ivana Martinez. Now, Cambodia, wow, that's a faraway place.
Yes, it is really far.
So what are you going to have to do to get yourself ready for Cambodia?
So there's a lot of steps and a lot of training that needs to take place. But number one is getting ready for all of the events that will take place in Cambodia. Number one is like the introduction video. So that's something that needs to be done like in Sentin and the talent video before we even go. And then it's the culture wear segment where you make this beautiful dress or beautiful like costume showcasing like what your culture and place is about, which we're really excited about the design that we've chosen for us for Cayman Islands. So I'm really excited about that. Then we have the ball gown wear, swimwear, sportswear, like casual clothes, not casual clothes, but like casual wear. And then there's also
the social
project,
which is the one I'm most excited about.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about.
So my platform is community service, specifically feeding the hungry, and I feel like it's important to start local. So I am starting with feeding the hungry in Cayman. We've worked with some organizations already, like Meals on Wheels, and we're planning to do some fundraisers for NCVO. We've also reached out to the Cayman Islands Food Bank to help get this started, and we're hoping to also expand internationally, like when we go to Ecuador and Jamaica, Panama. We're hoping to also bring this like even bigger, but we're starting locally because you can't go and do something across the world and not even start in your own island locally. So we're starting with the Cayman Islands.
Agreed.
So what talent are you going to be displaying?
Well, I'm always been a fan of dance. I've always danced my entire life for my talent. So I will be doing a dance, but it will incorporate many different aspects. Like I'm very good with like fans. Like when I do dance before, I've used fan work, so like that'll be incorporated. We're also hoping to incorporate some aerial routines in there. Like that's that big thing with the hoops, all in the air and the silk. So we're hoping to go really big, but the main theme would be dance because that's something that I'm good at.
She also does some gymnastics. She taught herself that, so we're gonna have that incorporated in there also. But for me, I also want to put in a little bit of the quadrille. I want to have a specific moment where she can encompass some of the traditional Cayman moves and throw that in there, and then obviously add a little spin to it. But I feel like it's important for us to represent the Cayman Islands because that's the whole point of this.
We're letting them know on the map even more.
Yeah, letting them know about the Cayman Islands and what we're about, and that tradition and culture can still move forward with you.
Yeah.
So to get her ready, do you have to bring in any like coaches or anything like that to make sure she's tip top?
Yeah. So we do have a team. I'm reaching out to some persons locally as well because our neighbors would. Our closest neighbors would be like Jamaica and maybe some trainers from Florida, etc. So definitely we ourselves have always had a team for our girls when they're going away. Specifically.
For like modeling and things like that.
Yeah. So we also are working with one of our past Miss Universe, that is Miss Chloe. We're going to ask her to help with some of the runway coaching. We have Miss Priscilla Pucci, Miss Julianne Folks, and myself that are going to focus on like interview questions. And then we also have Mr. Danilo Tatum Castro. He also does some of her photography, but he's also really good with choreography. So he's going to help with that as well as some stage presence. So we do have our team locally, but then we're also looking to see who else we can reach out to, even if it's just via Zoom, etc. Because the more hands, the better. And it's about, a community coming together to make sure that we put our best foot forward for the Cayman Islands.
You mentioned questions, like they'll be asking questions on the pageant, right?
Yes. And
how do you prepare for that? Do they give you some idea what they cover, or you just have
not necessarily. You just kind of have to know, but it's easier for us because, like we said, we've been doing this for such a long time. And besides doing our own pageants, we also watch other pageants like Miss Universe and things like that, and like the Miss World. We've watched those pageants and see what kind of questions that they've been asked on the stage. So we kind of just take that into consideration, make that some context for what we ask and try to prepare for, and what kind of answers they're looking for, and how we should respond to things like that. So,
but furthermore to that, for me, it's always kind of stay prepared and then you'll be prepared, because I always tell any young lady that I work with, don't give an answer that you think is supposed to be the answer.
Yeah.
Always speak from the heart, be honest. I believe in that. And in terms of when she say we look to see what kind of questions or whatever, it's just in the terms of not to ramble on, kind of like how you should, beginning, middle, and end, so to speak, for the structure, but not necessarily for what type of answers,
like the format, basically.
Because for me, an interview is getting to know the person, getting to know what your thoughts are and what you feel about certain things. They want to get
to know you and how you feel about these certain topics. So it's best to just you're not copying or not trying to be like someone else. You're just doing you and answering you. They just want to get to know you and how you're thinking.
So does that mean you have to keep up on current affairs and world events and so forth?
Sometimes, like some main problems. Like a big thing now is like social media and mental health. So that's something that's easier for me because I am a teen, but that's also a growing issue now in the world. So there's definitely things I have to know, and I have to have a good general knowledge of certain things, because it just will also help me in this pageant, and also just it's good to know as well. So
awareness
just keep
is
me
power.
educated.
So I'll give you some practice now. Since you mentioned social media. So in Parliament, they accepted the motion to restrict young people from accessing social media. Yeah. So what do you think of that? Good or bad?
I might get some hate or some flack from my youth, but I actually do support that motion. I feel like kids are getting access to social media and phones way, way too young. I feel like there's no need for that. There's children, let them live. There's a lot. Also, social media is such a big place, and there's mostly no restrictions. People find a way to work around these restrictions, and there's so much things that kids should not be exposed to and should see, and they should just be kids and live their life. Social media isn't also important. It's not the entire world. It's the internet, and it gets to a point people start to self-doubt. People compare themselves online. There's just more negatives that outweigh the positives of being on social media at such a young age and on the internet in general. There's so much things. I've heard so many stories of people who wish they weren't introduced to the internet at such a young age because it just never benefited them. It never worked out for them. They had to overcome all sorts of different things. There's a certain age that you should be on social media. And if Cayman Islands thinks that is 16, I also agree, because that's when I guess you're getting more mature now. You can be held responsible for your actions, things like that. I think that it is definitely, I do support it, and I think that it is a good notion to have, even though a lot of people don't like that. But you also see these kids growing up way too fast because they're trying to be popular, trying to be with the next trend, they're trying to fit in, they're trying to do this, but you're still a child. So
10 points then?
Well, thank you. I always preach, be honest. Don't give what you think. Speak from the heart, and then it'll always come, right?
So you said you've been in pageants all your life.
Yes, sir.
But are you thinking about a career at this age? No.
Besides pageantry? Oh yeah, of course.
No, what would you like to do?
I've had my life planned out since day one.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You have your life planned.
I've always known what I wanted to be. I know the school, and I know everything that I wanted to be. I want to be an actress, and I figured that out from a really young age. I was like, this is what's for me. This is what I want to be. And from that moment forward, when I knew I wanted to be an actress, I planned out my entire education, how it's supposed to happen, how it's going to be for me to get to that. So it would always be the best of the best in school, be good in academics. And when I got to high school, it was I have to graduate with high honors, have to graduate with high honors, have to graduate with like multiple CXC passes, have to be the best, be involved, be well-rounded. And then it was I'm now out of school, and the plan right after high school is supposed to be UCCI. So I got into UCCI, and now I'm doing my associate's degree in business because my mom also told me it's always good to have something under your belt, because also acting is not a very promise.
Nothing's guaranteed.
It's not a very guaranteed career. So it's have the business degree under your belt just in case. And then after we finish UCCI, we go straight into university at Juilliard in New York. So and then after that, we stay in New York for a few years and build your career. I've had this planned out forever. So now I'm in my second year of my associate's degree for business at UCCI, and straight after that, we're moving straight to New York and going to Juilliard, hopefully.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. So we're coming down to the end of the line here. Mm-hmm. When do you go to Cambodia?
In October, actually.
Yeah, that's going to be an actual
hectic month, because that's my graduation and my prom. But we're still going to go and support Cayman. We're doing it for Cayman.
Yeah. So I just thought
that's not far away. I mean,
no,
got a lot to do.
We travel. So the competition itself is the 17th until the 26th, and her graduation is October the 14th. And then the prom is actually the 16th.
Yeah.
And so right after prom, we have to be catching a morning flight to try to head out and make it all the way across the world, literally.
Don't party too late.
To Cambodia. So that's going to be an interesting flight. It's going to be nonstop, no breather. Mm-hmm. And of course, there's a jet lag. And as soon as she arrives,
I have to go straight to the event.
She has an event. I mean, normally we know it's better to go a couple of days ahead, but it's not possible because, she has her graduation and her prom.
You have a full schedule.
Yeah.
All right. Miss Teen Universe, Cayman, Isabella Medina, and also the National Director of Miss Teen Universe Cayman Islands Organization, Ivana Martinez. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure to have you in.
Pleasure. So to everyone, please look out for our posts on Instagram. We will start to obviously put out some of her journey. Right now, she also has one sooner than October in Cambodia, where we're going in July.
In a few days in July in Miami, we're going to a pink carpet event for them.
Pink gala event that they're having for the contestants, like a pre to the actual event in October.
So please follow along.
So please follow and support Cayman, put up the Cayman Islands flag, etc., because those things do count. So yeah, that's it.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's time now to see what's making headlines.
Yesterday,
today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Civil servants are being invited to take part in Deputy Governor the Honourable Franz Manderson's farewell moment at the Government Administration Building this afternoon. A government statement says staff should be in place by 3:25 p.m. along the first floor staff corridor, in the cafeteria, or in the parking lot outside the staff entrance ahead of the farewell as Mr. Manderson leaves the building. The original appointment invites colleagues to gather there from 3:30 to 4 p.m. to show appreciation and wish the Deputy Governor well as he embarks on his retirement. Civil servants are also encouraged to visit gov.ky/legacy of service to leave personal messages of congratulations and well wishes. In international news, Marine Le Pen can still run in France's 2027 presidential election after an appeals court upheld her conviction for misappropriating European Parliament funds, but shortened her ban from public office and ordered her to serve 1 year under electronic monitoring. The court said it took into account the voters' freedom of choice in reducing what had been a 5-year ban to 45 months, of which 30 are suspended, leaving only 15 months of ineligibility that have have already elapsed. Le Pen has previously said campaigning with an ankle tag won't be possible, but has yet to confirm whether she will stand. In other news, a High Court judge has dismissed privacy claims by the Duke of Sussex, also known as Prince Harry, and 6 others, including Sir Elton John and Elizabeth Hurley, against Associated Newspapers and the Daily Mail, ruling they failed to prove allegations of unlawful information gathering. Justice Nicklin said suspicion, even understandable suspicion, was not enough and accepted journalists' lawful explanations for how disputed stories were sourced. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's check on the weather here. The afternoon forecast is calling for isolated showers, and the current temperature here in Georgetown is 88 degrees, feels like 105. That feels like temperature gets you. And winds out of the east-northeast at just over 12 knots with a relative humidity of 78%. And the forecast for tonight, mostly clear skies with a chance, 20% chance of showers, mainly for the sister islands though. Temperatures will fall near the low to mid-80s. Winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots and seas running at 3 to 5 feet. And sunset at 7:06. Outlook is for a series of tropical waves to drift across the Western Caribbean on Thursday and Friday. These waves will maintain the chance of a few showers at times, with scattered showers expected on Friday. Winds and seas will also increase on Thursday, with a small craft advisory to be issued and expected to linger through the next few days. Furthermore, from late Friday night into early Saturday morning, a moderate to locally thick concentration of Saharan dust once again moves over the Western Caribbean, which will bring hazy and drier conditions. A dust alert is likely to be issued on Friday night. So if you have respiratory issues, remember that. That's coming in here on Friday night, which is they'll likely issue a dust alert. And Saturday, you'll have to watch your outdoor activities. Wear a mask maybe to help things out. But boy, the Saharan dust has been doing its act this summer. A lot of it coming across there. Well, we're into the home stretch here, and it's open line. So if you want to pick up the phone, give me a ring, you can do so on 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo. You can also reach the studio on 949-8037, 949-6990, and also on WhatsApp 925-3261. And we do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Glidden.
Yes, how you doing? Long time I haven't heard from you.
Yeah, we're here, so I'm in talk, man. I'm in talk all the way. So I got health and strength.
Yeah.
You know, God bless and thing. And I heard you Friday mentioning the minimization of harm, right? Of the conditions, right?
Oh, that they wanted feedback from the community.
Yeah, and do you know coincidentally, I was submitting my information. No? You understand? Electronically.
Good.
Yeah, right
good.
away. And I did too. And listen, I gotta do it legible too and written, fifth floor, if they disregard that. And Mr. Glynn, condolence to Mr. Jackson family. I know that the late husband, Mr. Vernon Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he's full glass of me, Lord Child, Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace, my godfather, Mr. Wellington. You understand? Raised my mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I came my roots on my maternal side, right? Respect. And now, Mr. Glynn, give me a 4-minute speech. First of all, Mr. Glynn, you can't be a journalist and simultaneously be active. That's why we came on strictly, right? In my preference, my boundary. You understand? That's what we came on. Yeah, that I rock out, that I cut out. You know, no sense. And Mr. Glynn, in the high life, in thought cuts or opioids, especially a chain smoker cigarettes, right? You abstain and gradually decrease. You know, in who on behalf cut on alcohol, drunk up, block up, is regulated, right? With spirits. That's way for.
Yeah, well,
right?
Cigarettes.
Surgeon warning.
Speaking personally,
surgeon warning.
Cigarettes are one of the most addictive things around. I mean, I know people.
It is nicotine
who just can't kick that on their own. They need help.
It is, man. It is. You see what came on though? We always try to correspond with other jurisdictions, you know. But like I said again, in moderation or abstain.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And you see, Mr. Graham, is fentanyl, it's lethal, right? Manufacturers of it, it's lethal. It's stretch, it's narcotics, right? And one of the main results of it is a blood-brain barrier, and it always says 100 times stronger than morphine. And morphine used for palliative care.
Yeah.
In your last days, right? You know,
pain killing when you got severe pain.
Yeah, you know, yes, sir. Right, and you see statin drugs, cholesterol, over-the-counter drugs.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? So and antidepressant drugs, for lower high, I don't it no, never was, but lower high, same thing. I get the point, Mr. Glynn, right? You see, Mr. Glynn, first of all, we're not communists, right? In this referendum. In my perspective, we're not anti-democracy, right? Who all romanticized in the past of the zero tolerance towards herbs, go North Korea, go Cuba north of us, or China. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. And what I would give her, because my thing I would give her is statutory decriminalization, Mr. Glynn. Right? Possession, consumption, no half measures, no seclusion or isolation. You understand? You don't want no conundrum, nothing being unclear, or belittling, or obfuscation, demeanor, or manner. Right? Simplest with it, Mr. Glynn.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving towards a direct attention aligned by using standard language. That's law from plotting. The hone towards that, the hone moving towards direct attention, boilerplate. So the constitutional language is acclimatization process, right? We talk about regional countries, international countries. We need to accustom to a new climate for the referendum. Like I said again, we know communists who won't be a regiment, police country, police state. Every Cuba had a blast around 19. In every 100 feet with a police. And in the narcotics, as we saw off, don't eat supper. Okay? So, Mr. Glynn, like I said again, first when we came up, we based our state in church, and I appreciate you highlight it first now. You the only one highlight it first. I just call him Mr. OC to show. But my family call in, coincidentally. You know, you gotta guess. But you know, Mr. Glidden, I appreciate you put attention towards that.
Yeah, well,
Like
they put out a press release, so, you know.
Yeah, it was, yes, sir. And now, like I said again, set them up first. I got read legible. Everybody got pretty handwritten. But I did it electronically.
So you're doing it electronically and in paper, hard copy. You're going to make sure they get it.
No. Yeah, but what happened? I give them the first September. Then I go up there, fifth floor, the elevator, pretty handwritten. But everybody my style written. Yeah, I can be vocal. Basically, my pronunciation or speed of talk or pronunciation. Criminals don't know how I talk, they understand me. Who learned in the plane a while ago, they understand me. Tough luck for them. This is Mr. Glidden. Have a good day, sir.
All right, time, you too. Take care. Yeah, I like how he made sure his points were going to get through, hard copy and electronically. He was going to get in there. But that's what they want, you know, people to give their opinion as to, you know, how this will all work. Obviously, the referendum set the pace that people, the majority of the voters, do not think that people should be going to jail, you know, for especially small amounts of ganja. You know, someone getting caught with, you know, one spliff, and their life is ruined because it is now a criminal record, and, you know, their name is, you know, tainted. They can't get a visa to travel, even if they, you know, their intentions are very good. They want to go to school. Some young person, you know, gets caught, and they can't, you know, get a visa to go to school, to study something that they want to study. And that's the people's opinion. How is it going to work? You know, that's some of the things that have to be decided, like how much is the minimum amount? How much is for personal use? You know, is it 5 grams? Is it an ounce? So you got to draw the line, you know, as to how we determine this. So they're asking for your opinion, and you know, I mean, it was a number of issues on there, and if you're looking for the questions that they're asking people to respond to, you can visit the Radio Cayman news page and find the press release there, and you know, all the details are there as to what the commission is looking for. But you know, it's been over a year now, and finally we're seeing some kind of movement as a result of that referendum result. And there were, you know, a number of people, you know, saying the people spoke on it. Now, what's going to happen? Well, here we go. You could make your opinion known as to how this decriminalization is going to work. You know, as far as decriminalizing ganja, and a lot of things are going to change. You know, when that comes about, and it's important that you know, it's done properly. I mean, I know a lot of people I've heard say, well, why don't we just go ahead and legalize it all the way? You can control it just like you control, you know, liquor. That way, you know, you can better prevent it from getting into the hands of children. You can regulate it, tax it, make revenue, just like how liquor is, you know, taxed for as far as import. But you know, have some kind of revenue attached to it. It's being done more and more in other places, and I guess this is the first step. Eventually, you'll see more relaxation of these ganja laws. On the other hand, you have the other side of the coin that's saying, well, this is a first step in the wrong direction. This is going to open the floodgates. If you decriminalize ganja, eventually legalize it, then you're going to say, oh, let's legalize cocaine, let's legalize this or that. Maybe that's the case, I don't know. But it doesn't have to go that way. Hard drugs is, a whole lot different than marijuana, ganja, whichever you want to call it. And we've had that demonstrated time and time again. And I know people have some hardline opinions on it. Some want a free-for-all, some want it to remain restricted. And I've heard people talk about when they saw the result of the referendum that they were terribly disappointed in how that came out. Well, let's take a call. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Uncle Charlo.
Yes.
I think you're talking about marijuana. If that's what you're talking about, I got the end of your talk.
Yeah, we had the referendum, and now the law reform is asking the public for their opinion on things, and they have some questions that they have put out. They're looking for responses from.
Yeah, well, this is one of your favorite guests, Darrell Dakers. As you know, I studied on the brain psychology, counseling, and I'm a nutritionist. And all the studies from scientists and doctors is saying the worst drug there is in the world is alcohol. That's proven. That is not debatable. The reason why it's bad, when you smoke ganja, and even cocaine is not as bad as alcohol. And one reason for alcohol, the side effect from alcohol, this is proven, is anxiety and anger. That's the reason why you see a lot of fights when people are drinking.
Mm.
Now, I've managed a lot of groups, and I've managed people that I played with. I didn't do ganja myself. I don't agree with smoking nothing, break leaf or nothing, because the smoke is really bad for your blood stream. The only problem that I had playing with people was the alcohol, not ganja. They may come back late, but it's the alcohol and the fights and stuff. So this thing about ganja, that cannabis you can buy, which comes from the plant, but you can't grow the plant, but you can sell cannabis. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was one of the questions, too, about homegrown.
Yeah, I mean, if you can sell the substance from the plant, but you go to jail if you grow the plant, it doesn't make sense. Alcohol is not natural. Wine is not natural. It's spoiled grapes. So for government to look at this and say we're passing alcohol, I saw someone on the TV station, it was a police talk, and say most domestic violence we have in Cayman, the Grand Cayman, is linked to alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So we are putting the cart before the horse, and we are really messing up big time. I looked at cigarettes. Cigarette smoking is more dangerous than alcohol because 10% of cigarettes is only from the tree. The rest is chemicals. I looked at boiling ganja versus boiling cigarette. Cigarette is 90% worse boiling the tea than the ganja. So we are
a cigarette tea. That sounds like disgusting.
I'm understanding. I have to research these things being in the business that I'm in. I'm a nutritionist, so I can't continue to research scientists, and they're the people that we should take it that we take advice from, but when it comes to certain things, we cross it. If I was a politician and being a Christian, I would ban alcohol, personally. I don't care what anyone says. Me, my vote wouldn't do it. But I would stand up for the principle. King Solomon said, it's deadly. It make you see strange things. So people are saying, depending on how much you drink. Well, wine is saying now, the scientists are saying, the University of Cambridge, I think, is saying, Harvard is saying we have to change the myth that wine is good for the heart. Concord grapes is good for the heart, but spoiled grapes, which is wine, is bad for the body. So they say we have to change the myth now of saying that a little wine is good. So this thing is all messed up and is not debatable. The government that are Christians out in there should stand upon Christian principle. Stand upon Christian principle, let God do his work, because if it's bad for you, why pass the law? So before I close, I will say I don't agree with smoking nothing. I don't agree with smoking apple leaf, grapefruit leaf, ganja, or nothing. So it's not I'm defending ganja because there's herbs that's bad for you, so it's made. And plum is a herb. But I'm saying people have lost common sense. That is the problem. Our forefathers used common sense. I just wrote a song. The world gone crazy, what a mess. And that is true. We're not using common sense. And I know it's taken a lot of time, but I will tell you about common sense. I went to a place 3 days ago to buy a veg sandwich, and I asked them for some sweet onion. And the sweet onion that they gave me is equivalent to 5 little containers. So I used to get 5 containers before, and I said, can you give me 3 containers today? They say, no, that is too much. I say, is the containers the problem? I can bring my own because it gets size all the time I get home. No, I can't give you 3 containers. It's too much. So I say, if I open the sandwich, can I put as much as I want? Yes. So I say, give me 3 little containers. No, that is too much. Common sense is gone. And what made Cayman so special? Our forefathers used common sense. Thanks for listening. And the cowboys that made those people come in here to do experiment with mosquitoes was the same thing. They only had to go east end, Cayman Brack, West Bay, talk to our forefather. They would say, don't let these cowboys come in here to do mosquitoes experiment, because you go on the beach after 5 o'clock, the tamarind switch or the breadfruit switch cannot beat them off. You have to get to the water. Why? Our cowboys in government gone and bringing some people here because they came in here no more than us. If some Caymanians were going to do that, they would deny it because Caymanians is not qualified. We have very good sense. We are unique people, and I hope that people will get back to our basics of letting God lead us and use common sense with the information we get, and we will have a better Cayman. God bless you.
All right. You take care. So what we've been talking about here in reference to the Law Reform Commission seeking public comments on the cannabis reform, which goes back to the referendum that was passed during the general election last year. And the press release actually says the Law Reform Commission invites stakeholders and members of the general public to comment on the issues identified in the discussion paper titled Cannabis Reform Options for a Harm Minimization Framework, and in particular to submit their views on the consultation questions presented. And so in particular, the paper examines these points here, and this is what they're looking for opinions on. Whether the importation, production, distribution, and sale of cannabis should remain illegal. Remember, this decriminalization doesn't include the sale. It's about possession, right? So should the sale of cannabis also remain illegal? Whether the home cultivation of cannabis should be decriminalized. Somebody growing some plants for their own personal use. Whether consumption and possession of cannabis should be decriminalized for minors. Well, certainly anyone trying to give a minor, distribute a minor to marijuana to a minor, that should not be legal at all. Whether criminal penalties for possession and consumption should be replaced with administrative penalties, that they don't have to go to court. There's, just an administrative penalty. Whether decriminalization should be limited to dried cannabis. Potential possession limits. Again, how much can you have and not be, charged with a criminal offense? And whether historic minor cannabis convictions should be extinguished. People who have been convicted for having a small amount of ganja, should those be erased from the record so that they now have a clean record, since we're going to decriminalize? We can take a quick call here. Do we have a caller on the line? Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, Mr. Glidden, back again, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a minute, sir. I want someone's calling to wrap up your show. You know what? Listen, immediately, expungement right away, off the record, right away. Really came on. It's strictly the best. What's the earlier when I called in? I say no, you can't. Not you know, but you cannot be a journalist and activist. The way really came on is strictly the best. Just clarifying that. Okay.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Got the point.
Cool, sir.
All right. Have a good one. So those are the things that the Law Commission, Law Reform Commission, is looking for people to give their feedback on. And the deadline for submissions is the 1st of September. And you have to submit that to the director of the Law Reform Commission on the 5th floor of Government Administration Building. And you can also respond electronically to the CI Law Reform at gov.ky. CI Law Reform at gov.ky. So if you're interested in that, make sure you get your position in no later than the 1st of September. Well, it's 2:30, and that's a wrap for me. Thank you all for tuning in, for calling in. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco. Keeping Cayman covered.
Water Authority Cayman wants to hear from you. Complete our quick, anonymous customer survey online and enter for a chance to win a $500 Water Authority Cayman gift certificate. To get started, visit waterauthority.ky or see your June billing statement for a link to the survey. It takes only 5 minutes. The survey closes July 22nd. Your feedback helps to shape the future of water and wastewater services. Have your say today at waterauthority.ky.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.